Good night. Today we're going to talk about our business idea. The members of our group are Javier Echevarría, Mariana Esquerre, Jacqueline Fernandez, and Reiner Gibonio. First, let's begin with what we're going to import. We're going to import a machine from Estonia, the ELA 900 generator. This machine is a generator of hypochlorous acid water by the company Envirolite Industry. It produces a kind of acid that can be used as a non-toxic disinfectant over a myriad of surfaces, as it is capable of eliminate not just bacteria, but viruses and fungi. This hypochlorous acid, apart from disinfecting, the product is very capable of sterilizing different surfaces and can be used for disinfection of water. And also thanks for its properties that allowed it to penetrate pathogens in the skin. It can be used also as a deodorizer. It's thanks to its fast-acting property that this product is commonly used as an effective bleaching agent. Other common areas this product is used is in medicine as a disinfectant and sanitizer. At a chemical level, the hypochlorous acid results when chlorine, which can be obtained from salt, dissolves into water, creating a very powerful oxidizing agent. On the other hand, there has been different clinical studies that had identified its properties as an effective disinfectant against COVID-19. This also has to do with the level of concentration applied to the mix. With a level of concentration of 200 particulars per million, the hypochlorous acid can eliminate viruses in a 1-minute contact time. This machine that we're going to import, the L900 generator, has different settings of concentration up to 500 particles per million. With this in mind, we plan to sell these disinfectants in the local supermarkets.
Business idea. Well, first idea is disinfectant products. We choose this disinfectant product because it's eco-friendly. This liquid is made from hypochlorous acid. This not toxic, guaranteeing the reductions of dust particles and sterilizing different metalline objects. This product too eliminated bacteria and germs. Well, by using this product, a bacterium-free diet cleaning is warranted in the indoors environment and where its product has been used. Likewise, with the arrival of the COVID-2019 disease, all people have created a habit of it on cleaning in the spaces and surface of personal homes, office buildings, and others. Next, please. About the demand, as you can see the table, this was the quantity of products imported by the Peruvian country. For example, as you can see, the years in 2018, 2019, and 2020, there is a growth of the disinfectant products. It's observed in more than 43%. Next, please. In the next table, you can see the amount of money in thousands of dollars invested in disinfecting products in Peruvian country. Likewise, a growth of more than 50%, as you can see in the years 2019 and 2020. Continue, please.
Okay, the expenses that the company needs to operate comprehend the following. First, the variable production costs to be used in the production process are non-ionized salt, white vinegar, the packaging, which will be atomizer of 400 millimeters, and also stickers showing the brand. We can see also, apart from the price, the quantity to be used for each unit of the product of 400 millimeters, which in total will have a variable unit cost of 2.50 soles. For the fixed costs, we have all the needed services, as well as the salary for the operator worker, the warehouser, and the carrier, and the renting for our factory, which has also offices included. For the fixed costs, for the fixed assets, we have the main generator, the LA900 generator, the transport, Hyundai furgon, and the furniture for the offices. With this cost in mind, and also the level of demand we expect to have in the Peruvian market, the income statement presented in this part shows that the company will have an increase in their net profits of 80.90% in the second trimester of operations in comparison to the first. This also shows the level of financial expenses that the company will be incurring, which represents the interest the company will pay for the leasing, which will be explained later.
Okay, about the logistic process, first, we have the subtotal from the pro forma added to the packaging and handling. We have the ex-work tallying price of $9,600. So to that, we added the international freight of $5,230 and we obtained the SIP Callao, that is about $14,830. Also, we have the national freight of $25, which give us a DDP Callao of finally $14,855. And the detailed cost of the air freight by DHL are on the right side, that include charges of origin in Estonia, international charges or of freight, and destination here in Peru. Next, please. Okay, about the commercial route begins in the Envirolite company industry in Estonia, where the product is picked up at the factory by DHL to the airport of Tallinn and then to the airport of Callao. Then we pick it up and take it to our industrial plant located in Ate. Also, we choose air shipping because even though it's more expensive, this machine has a high commercial value compared to a commodity, for example. So it's because it's only one unit. There is not 100 of machines we have to import, and it will be very unsafe to ship in the maritime via. Besides, it's a small product also. It's easier to carry for the carrier. Next, please. Okay, comparing the means of payment, we don't choose advance payment because it seems very unsafe that they don't give us the product after payment. Is made unvaluable working. Also, there is a loss in our capital if we pay before to have the product. About the letter of credit, if it may have more cost, it has more cost this may see as an investment. We have to take this into account because it could be as an investment for our first import, because it's safer than the previous mean of payment, because of the written and unalterable agreement for both parties, in which the product is shipped on the exact agreed date from both parties, and we can stop the payment process of our bank also. About the documentary collection, this is cheaper but doesn't ensure the shipping of the merchandise under the conditions indicated by the bill of lading, for example, in the exact date of shipping. Next, please. About the open account, this is a convenient method for costs, and it gives us more flexibility with payments, but we depend on sellers, shipping, and shipping terms also. And also these shipping terms may not or could not be respected. Finally, about consignment, no, because it will be not be a we don't have a final good here to sell to our consumers. This is an asset, so it's not the final product. The exporter will not accept this mean of payment because of for example, the country risk of Peru. It's not realistic to choose one of them because of those extra and global conditions of the countries.
If we speak in terms of costs, according to the concept previously created, the most convenient payment method to use would be a consignment or an open account. However, on this occasion, we opted to lean towards a letter of credit. Next, please. But why a letter of credit? It is written. It is a written contract that guarantees the exact dates of shipment, and all terms are defined. In addition to that, the documents are evaluated by expert bankers, and thus a successful shipment is guaranteed. On the other hand, there is a less risk of no shipping. In other words, the mean of payment chosen ensures dispatch of goods in the required time as a date is agreed and specified in the contract. Also, there is security of a written agreement. Will have an investment reduced as the paperwork risks are less, for example, wrong typing. Another thing is there is no confidence between parties, and finally, the seller could not ship when requested, early or late, or send another quantity or quality as it is written or the terms as I said before. And then another reason of why we chose this mean of payment is because we noticed that there is a low probability that the exporter accepts open account or a consignment because we are a new business first. Second thing is that it is the first time negotiating with this supplier, and we don't have that strong bond made of confidence that some business have. Another thing is the country risk that integrates economic, political, legal, and among other aspects referred to Peru. And finally, we have COVID-19 consequences that are different according to the country. But when we talk about Peru, we have seen that a large amount of enterprises have lived and keep dealing with through the consumers' preferences and needs. And finally, well, we have chosen the letter of credit. If we talk about one in particular, it is the type of irrevocable. Next, please. Okay, when we talk about payment, SWIFT messages and documents, we have developed a number of documents that have been added here. First, we have a SWIFT message, which indicates the terms of conditions of the credit offered. Within the expectations, you can find the information of parts, date of issue, date, and time of expiration, confirmation instructions, etc. Next. Then we have a pro forma invoice. This is a document, includes a description of goods, price, terms of sales, payment terms, delivery details, and export controls. Next. Then the LC application. Here we have, we can see the data from the exporter, the importer, the banks involved from both sides, the details about the letter of credit, and specifies the documents required for the operation. Next, please. Then we have DHL's airway bill. These documents describes the same information as the last one that I mentioned, and also shipment details. And finally, next. Oh, sorry, it is not the last one. Okay, this is DHL's global forwarding that shows the exact value of the air freight, receive service information, cargo details, quotation cargo details, and among other things. Next. Then the packing list from DHL2. It has shipper and exporter contact information, consigning contact information, the origin address of cargo, the destination address of cargo, the total number of packages, and its weight, and the detailed description of each package and the volume and weight of each package. Next. Then the certificate of origin, which shows in which country a commodity or good was manufactured. And finally, the next one, the certificate of travel insurance. Next. Next, please. Thank you.
Okay. Well, for a long, the company will be requesting an operating leasing as we plan to finance our fixed assets. As we see under the amortization schedule from the Banco Pichincha's platform, with a monthly effective rate of 0.9361% in a 44-month term, the company should pay a total of $2,022 in interest during the first year of operations, as well as a total of $12,814 in fees. We also created our own amortization schedule, in which we see that with a 1.39% monthly effective rate under a 20-month forward term, the company should pay a total of $3,032 in interest during the first year of operation, as well as a total of $13,518 in fees. Well, as has been shown in the income statement presented before, the company is capable of paying this level of interest. To be more clear with that statement, we make an analysis of what the company needs to show to the bank. This is known as the 5 C's. Well, the company needs to show first character. By establishing a solid relationship with their local bank and their representatives, the general manager of the company can show what kind of profile he has. Also, by having some references that can speak about the trustworthy character of the manager, it will be easy to gain credibility in the bank size. The company also needs to prove its capability. By having significant revenues on their financial records, the company can prove that they can pay the necessary interest. As it shows in the income statements presented, the net profits of the company show an increase of 50% of 80% in the second trimester of 2021 in comparison to the first one. The company also has to have its own capital. As shown, the company will finance his working capital by itself. Also, the pre-operative costs will be paid by the own investors of the company without any loan at all. This is the kind of initiative that the bank will see to know what kind of company we are, that we have also a very deep interest in make a very effective product. The company also has to be conscious about the capacity. The company needs to look at their industry. As we explained, the disinfectant industry is increasing their demand given the current pandemic. People are still following the biosafety protocols. And on the other hand, the recent elections, very controversial, yes, but also the exchange rate, the increase in the exchange rate hasn't affected the demand of disinfectants, given that all the last year, the political turmoil has been something very regular, and it hasn't appeared to be decreasing the level of demand of disinfectants. The company also needs a collateral. Having a collateral is not something pretty to have, but the company knows and is very sure about their success. So as a collateral, our main investor and general manager of the company will give his 1 year of used Toyota Yaris to the bank as a warranty.
Line of credit. Next, please. Okay. Line of credits. In this case, the company has opted for a line of credit and call it leasing. As you can see in the table, there are 3 banks. Each bank has 1% of the tier. Well, the company chose the Pichincha Bank because it's cheaper than BCP and BBVA, in which the lessor gives an accept to the leasing in exchange for a periodic payment and a specific period. We have chosen to work with Pichincha Bank because they offer us a rate of 11.83%. Next, please.
Okay, about the joint venture, we decide that it's not viable to make a joint venture because we analyze from the horizontal part that it's not necessary to make an alliance with another producer or with another production company, because as just we are beginning the production capacity, this is not yet exceeded, and on the vertical side we don't need to make an alliance with all of our distributors because of that a big or difficult coordination with all of them. So we just need to hire them, or hire 1 or 2 or 3, maybe, but not with all of them. Also on the scope side, we are not investing on a new market or an economic activity that we don't know. We know all these activities. And on the side of co-investment, looking for an investor could be very complicated, especially in our case with a company like us that is recently is starting like ours. And finally, we have a loan, so it's not necessary for that part. Next, please.
Should I scroll or should the company scroll? Yes, because the deposit is so important, because it's a guarantee to rent rent some we have to renting usually request 2 months of warranty. The deposit, we should take it because this is required in case the tenant has caused damage to the property and must be repaid when we left the property. And for this reason, the deposit is so important. Next, please.
Arbitrage. Can we apply arbitrage? No. When analyzing the price of dollar in different banks, we have seen that there is no singular digit from the row buy that is greater than the another row called sell. With this being said, even if we sell the greater with the greater value, like it is the case of BCP, then the value is 3.9375. We can, but when we talk about buying dollars, the lowest at Banco Nacional, the price is 4.000, and we will not have an income with that. So no, we can apply arbitrage. Next. And finally, we have, not finally, but is it the project sustainable? Well, we have like 3 aspects. First, innovation. Innovation consists of generate and offer a sustainable product. This arose from COVID-19 disease and its amusement and the new consumer needs and preferences that comes with it. In addition, the main inspiration for the idea was the aim of increasing trend towards consumer eco-friendly products. Finally, the project reflects an impact both on the company itself and on the society and the environment. Thus, the company obtains profits, improves its image, and also fulfills its objectives. When we talk about society, it maintains a line of healthy practices. And when we talk about environment, this aspect is protected by having a production process free of chemicals and pollutants. Next, please. Okay. To observe a more specific perspective, the Sustainable Development Goals that the project accomplished are first, number 3, that is health and wellness. Currently, the world is facing an unprecedented global health crisis, and the company seeks to provide solutions that guarantee a healthy life and promote well-being at all ages is essential for sustainable development. Then the other one is number 6, clean water and sanitation, where the aim is to minimize the emission of chemicals and other materials that can affect the environment, which is basically the goal of using ELA 900. Next is the number 7, that is non-pollution energy. Another goal of using this machine is this one specifically. In addition, the aim claims that the increase of international cooperation to facilitate access to clean energy research and technology and promote investment in energy infrastructure and clean strategies. Then number 8, economic growth. The main thing is to ensure inclusive and sustainable economic growth can drive progress, create decent jobs for all, and improve living standards. The other one is number 5, industry and innovation, which is basically apply clean industrial processes and maintain continuously research and innovation activities in the technologies and techniques used. And finally, we have number 12, that is responsible production, which is based mainly on the conscious use of inputs and using this efficiently in the production process. Next, please.
Extra consideration. As you can see, there are 6 considerations. First, exchange rate risk. The exchange rate can alter the operations and sale operation of the EL8 900 machine can increase. Another consideration is that political country risks. Peru country risk is one that 50 percentage points according to the investment bank JP Morgan. Another consideration is, for example, the COVID-19. Increased use of disinfectant, lotions, or household cleaners to battle these issues. Oh, the fourth consideration that company has is that conscious shopping. A simple disinfectant can eliminate bacteria and viruses. And other is new habits, the cleaning of spaces and surface as a permanent habit. And finally, the last consideration is international demand. Well, the demand actually in 2020 increased because Peruvian has 50% important product disinfectant than in 2019. As you can see in the screen, Peruvian has $312 in millions of destination: Chile, Ecuador, Aruba, Holland, and etc. Peru import a lot of products of disinfectants comparison to the last year. Next, please.
Well, as a main conclusions, we have that the Peruvian market is very profitable because the product offered has a very high demand that allows positive incomes given the newer consumer trends that are developing. Our recommendation for that is that we keep using eco-friendly packaging for disinfectants, and in this way there will be an ecological awareness. Other conclusion is that it is expected to keep increasing the continuous growth in terms of sales, participation, and market presence. Our recommendation is that we have to keep alliances with the suppliers and negotiate the agreed terms where costs can be used as a competitive advantage. Also, the project aligns itself with the Sustainable Development Goals as it presents a clean industrial process which avoids any use of chemicals and obtains its acid components from natural resources. Our recommendation for that is that we keep communicating correctly those sustainable development goals with the aim of being transparent with our consumers, that they can know which kind of process we have in our product. Well, thank you for the time.